So I get a ton of questions about how to use certain lures, and one that I've actually talked about a lot and I use a lot, caught a bunch of fish on, is this Livingston Headhunter, but I've never really demonstrated the how-to, I guess, in casting and retrieving. Now, it's an extremely versatile lure. You can see it's actually a combination swim bait crankbait. It's a double jointed swim bait essentially with a smaller crankbait lip, so it allows you to do a ton of things with it. One thing I should mention, it's a great trolling lure as well. It's got real good action on a straight retrieve, but because it's so versatile with this bait, I do a variety of things. It may be because I'm somewhat spastic myself, but I always like to add my own little extra erratic action. And I always tell people with jerking and twitching, there's no exact right way to do it. But I always suggest to people, when you get a lure, get in a clear body of water like this where it's calm and actually practice with it. Now, one way that it looks really good is what I was doing right there, which is just a pull and stop retrieve. It's very basic, but you'll see the way that lure kicks out on the pull, and right when you pause, it really gets a wild action darting off to the side. You just want to let it hang there a second, pick up the slack in between though, in case you get a strike right then. You don't want to leave total slack. So what you're doing is you're reeling up so you don't have total slack, but you don't want to reel up to the point where you're moving the lure, actually pulling the lure forward. You want to let it have that pause. And then there's a variety of other things you can do, but just different series of twitches like this, and you'll find that, you know, you will hit a limit where you're getting so erratic where the lure will eventually blow out of the water. But you can see, we'll have a little video showing the lure actually working, but you can see that you get some real erratic action from it, and that you can actually control the depth. If you want this lure to run a little shallower, the wilder you get with these twitches, the more it kicks out and actually up. If you're trying to achieve depth, then you want to just back off a little bit on the twitches, and you're going to be able to get this lure down to about 5-6 feet on a retrieve. And just pay attention and hang on, because especially this big model, they just absolutely belt it when they grab it.